Welcome to another edition of the Coffee Cult Podcast. I am JD. I am with Mr. Jamie, aka the Boss Man. Usually we start off these episodes, at least the last few, by talking about the NHL playoffs, but we might have to skip that because Jamie's worst nightmare is coming true.
Hockey does not exist.
Yep.
The Rangers were the only chance that we had. We weren't going to talk about hockey.
I know.
But the Rangers was the only chance I had of the Panthers getting taken out. So, whatever. We're going to talk about baseball now.
JB has moved on.
We're moving on to baseball. It's baseball season.
Okay. Well, we're actually going to start off by talking about something that is kind of taboo around here. And that's coffee creamers. I know. It's almost like a curse word around these parts. And
sort of.
There is one exception that Jamie wants to talk about when it comes to the C word. And by that I mean creamer.
We're talking about creamers.
Yeah. Yeah. So where do you
I
want to
can't believe
start?
I don't hear an espresso shot getting pulled right now. Because when we talked about creamers, they were going to pull us an espresso shot, but I don't hear it. Oh, now I heard it click. I heard it.
Yeah, so,
Creamers. You know, this subject comes to as I was at dinner with some friends the other night, and this nice lady that I met for the first time told me she loved coffee. I was like, oh, I love coffee too. A lot. So much so that I started roasting a lot of coffee somehow. Mm-hmm. But I love coffee. She's like, I love coffee. I was like, oh, she goes, yeah. Then she just starts telling me about her peppermint creamer.
Yeah.
She put. But we have customers out there that put creamer in their coffee. I'm not dogging you too much, but when you drink Coffee Cult, you are drinking a high-end premium product. Like we have coffees from the World Barista Competition this year that is that we're the only ones in the U.S. that have that coffee. So from South Korea. Yeah. And I think it's sold out. Bourbon.
Yeah. We've talked about it the last
we talked
few
about it
weeks.
before,
Yeah.
but we have coffees like that, which are amazing coffees. We have the top geisha of Colombia ever for auction. We have coffees like that. We also have our normal coffees that are still better than any store-bought coffee that you can get. Mm-hmm. So around here, we find it a little disrespectful to the coffee to put creamer in it because most of the time people put creamer or milk and sugar in their coffee because traditionally coffee companies in the old days, big companies, would sell people crappy coffee, garbage coffee, and it's bitter and it's not sweet. So the coffee we buy is naturally sweet, and that's how one of the things we grade it on. And we don't buy bitter coffees. Bitter coffee's bad. That's just that's mainly. That's more like a Vietnamese coffee, so more of a Robusto type of coffee.
Yeah.
So our coffee is high grade, so we don't suggest that you put creamer in your coffee. But we know people are. I used to fight it. I don't fight it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you look on the back of the bags, you'll be able to read the cupping notes that we have for each coffee. And when you get coffees like the Sidra Bourbon or the Ethiopian Harar or whatever it is, and you see these notes of citrus fruit or strawberries and blueberries, like you can really taste those flavors. It's vivid, it's potent, and you don't need to drown that out by adding anything else to it. And that's what makes the coffee great. Or even if you're talking about something like the Sumatra and you want like those chocolatey notes, the cinnamon notes, like those also come through, which is why the dark roast is great and sits well on its own.
We do not suggest this.
Yes.
This is not on our list of approved creamers. This, not on our list.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm embarrassed to have these in our building.
So
cinnamon swirl oat creamer. You see Dave's expression right there? That's what he thinks about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you really don't need those creamers. If you enjoy them, all the power to you, but it really does drown out the natural flavors that these coffees have that makes them great.
However,
That's why we love specialty grade coffee.
there's one creamer we sort of approve here. Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of. We'll make it here. So we're going to make one of my favorite drinks. Shot of espresso. Shot of espresso.
Okay. There you go.
And then the only acceptable creamer. Now, I brought this from my house. My wife was mad when I was like, hey, where's the bourbon creamer? Because this is a good afternoon snack. Bourbon cream. Here, make sure you get a picture of that. Bourbon cream. Espresso.
Not a
little bit of
sponsor, by
ice.
the way.
No, not a sponsor. We're consumers. And for some reason, this bottle was already open. Imagine that. And that is the allowed creamer
I'm gonna steal a
and
little
coffee
of this,
cold.
too.
No, here, I was going to have you some
Oh,
of this.
okay. Do that. Look at that.
That's tasty.
Oh, wow.
That's the only.
That's real good. Can really taste that.
That's the only cream you're allowed to have. If you're a bourbon guy and you like Pappy's, or if you can get Pappy's, send me an email. I might need a couple
Okay.
bottles, or some Taylor or something like that. Some high-end bourbons.
Yeah.
They also make that bourbon creamer. So that is the only acceptable creamer that we endorse here at Coffee Cold.
Okay, so there it is. Get yourself some bourbon cream, and maybe you can double up with the Bourbon Barrel Aged Dark Roast, which is now available.
Hold on, get rid of this stuff. I don't want this stuff in here. Throw that stuff away. It's out of here. So bad, but this is coming home with me.
Yeah.
I probably won't even make it to the house.
All right, don't knock it over.
I'll probably be done.
All right, so Bourbon Barrel Aged Dark Roast. It was in high demand the last time we had it. It is now back. You can get it on the website at coffeecult.com.
For limited time.
For a limited time. The supplies are very limited, so
Why?
be sure you get on it now.
Why is the supplies limited, JD?
Because there was only so much coffee that we had in the barrels.
Yes. So the right way to do bourbon barrel coffee, how we do it, is the barrels you can only use so many times. So
Yeah.
you can't take a 10-year-old barrel and keep putting coffee in it and call it bourbon coffee. Well, you could, but it's not the same. So
Yeah.
anyway, so we use our barrels a maximum of twice. So that's
Yeah.
why it's limited, and we'll get new barrels. Hopefully, I've been talking to someone else to get some other barrels for next season. But
Yeah.
that's it. Like, it's not a continuous thing. You can't.
Yeah,
just
we're not
be
manufacturing any of this. These aren't.
like a small batch,
Yeah,
very
this is
artisan thing.
authentic barrels. The coffee sat in the barrels for a few months to age, of course, and it's fantastic. So we have 4 Roses and Willets available right now. Again, coffeecult.com. It is available. So, obviously with this coffee, you can really taste the bourbon in it already. I don't know if you need more bourbon, but if you really want to double down, go for it, I guess.
That's good.
But yes, Bourbon Barrel is available, and because it is limited, we do have a fun surprise. So we're actually going to do a giveaway on this coffee.
What?
We're not going to give away a ton of them, obviously, because again, supply is limited. But we are going to give away some of these, and there is one way to win. So you need to follow us on social media: Facebook, X, Instagram. I'm still going to call it Twitter, but
I was gonna
for
say,
the
what
sake
about
of
Twitter?
this- Yeah.
I think Elon Musk is the only person going to buy a company of that size and just rename it, and everybody's like, okay, now it's called this.
Yeah.
It's
But,
like
and people
everything-
still go by the old brand.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's the
it's-
weirdest thing.
So
Good for him.
follow us on social media. I'll put out a post with instructions on how you can enter. and you can win one of these coffees. So we've done some really fun giveaways the last few weeks. We just gave away an awesome backpack that was really cool. So
2
now,
backpacks. That's
Yeah.
our second one. We might have to do another one.
Yeah. So next on the list is the Bourbon Barrel Coffee. So yeah, we're very excited to have this back again for a limited time. Speaking of limited, so we also have this cold brew blend that is only here for the summertime, which is very exciting. And I wanted to ask you, Jamie, because I think one of the biggest questions we have about this coffee, because we do, when we talk about it, whether it be through email, social media, is that this coffee is designed for cold brew.
That's a bussin' bag too.
Yes.
That's like a Gen Z bag right there. That's a bussin' bag.
Which, by the way, we've had some really fun comments about Jamie and his attempt to reach the youth in some of our recent social media videos. The people that are getting mad, it's okay. We're just having fun. Like, it's okay. There's been a few comments where people are like getting social media angry about the whole thing.
Really?
It's like, yeah. And I can't help but laugh. Like, why are you getting so mad? Like, getting triggered about Jamie saying the word bussin'? Like, calm down.
It was funny because they make fun of me here at the office. Is how it came. We
were having a great
make
time.
Fun of me. It's funny to be old now, but
Yeah.
They make fun of me, so that's where it came from. I was making fun of them back, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna put that on social media." So we thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So
I
really,
mean-
people getting triggered over that?
Yeah,
All
a
right.
few, not many, but there's been some comments.
Like old people or young people? Is it young
I
people
don't
or
know.
like that old guy
I
shouldn't
don't
be
know.
saying that?
I
Or
don't
is the
know.
old people saying, "What's he talking like that for?"
Yeah, I don't know anything about the commenters, but it's okay. You don't have to get mad about it. It's any meme or fun
It's
post
funny.
that we do. Like, we're talking about coffee here. None of this is that serious. So, like,
People
it's
take
not
themselves
life or
way
death
too serious
stakes.
in life these days.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. I didn't know that.
But most of the comments have been fun. To be clear, but I just wanted to point out if
Well,
you're
that's a
one of
bussin'
those-
bag, just so you know.
Yeah, it is a bussin' bag. At any rate, that was a detour to say that this coffee is it is designed for cold brew. You can certainly use it. I've drank this as like a pour over. It's fantastic as that as well. But for those at home that are curious and want to do this as a cold brew but don't know what to do or how to do it, how does someone make this at home as a cold brew?
So we have cold brew instructions on our site, but real quick, how to do it is grind it or get it ground. 1 pound of coffee for every 2 gallons of water. If you're just doing regular cold brew, cut that in half. Obviously, half a pound for 1 gallon, or a quarter pound for a quarter gallon. So grind it, throw it in some sort of vessel with that water in your fridge overnight. 12 to 24 hours, strain it out, and you have cold brew. It is super easy, less acidic, and you too can have some bussin' coffee in the morning for your for cold brew at home, and you won't even have to go into a store to have someone make it for you.
Yeah, there you go. And I did this over the weekend with this coffee,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm addicted now.
You can use a toddy too. We sell toddies. Toddy's a brand of cold brew vessel to make cold brew, so you can use a toddy to do that. You don't have to have a toddy. You can use a 5-gallon bucket if you want.
Yeah.
That's how we make them around here for our smaller batches. One thing we haven't talked about a lot in the future is canning cold brew. So we'll have some cans soon. We have a whole canning operation in our other building. And I'm just lazy and don't like to clean it and deal with it, so we don't. But
Yeah.
so that will be coming soon.
Yeah, and which we did talk about slightly on the last episode. For those that want to visit us locally, we do have it available in store. But yeah, we'll hopefully be able to figure out a way to expand beyond that.
The
as we
chiller
go.
broke.
Yeah.
The joys of lots of equipment.
at any rate, even if it sounds intimidating, it's really easy to do. I just did it over the weekend, and as a cold brew, loved it. And I haven't, like at home, I haven't drank anything else. I've just been drinking the cold brew. Like, I just love it.
It's good. That was my
It's good.
go-to here, nitro cold brew every morning.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
nitro
I was
here is
drinking.
amazing. Oh my god.
What are you drinking this morning?
Currently, I'm just drinking the drip that we have.
Normal dark roast drip?
Yeah, normal dark roast. which
I'm
is
drinking
also
something
fantastic.
special today.
Yeah. Besides the bourbon.
Besides the bourbon, yes.
Yeah.
This is a coffee snob thing. Normally I drink an espresso tonic in the morning, but now we have in the front retail we have a little lavender action going on because it's spring summertime. So I have a lavender espresso tonic
Yeah.
because I just bashed creamers, but you know lavender espresso tonics are okay.
Yeah, that's the other exception to the rule.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know how to describe the flavor that is. There's so much happening simultaneously with the tonic, the espresso, and the lavender kind of all mixing together. It is a really unique flavor.
Yes, and we might be one of our featured coffees here coming up, I think.
All right. All right, let's talk about organic.
Organic.
I know you wanted to talk about organic and how, you know, the differences between real organic and those that claim to be. You want to talk about those?
Well, what I would like to say about organic is I don't want to be a Debbie Downer on everything, just most things. Not really. The organic is really hard. We have a 100% organic certificate, which is super, super hard. We just had our organic inspection yesterday, and it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. It is a real pain. And Lucas here managed to, he got through it with the inspector and all of that. It is a real pain in the ass. So if someone is 100% organic and you go to like a PCO website and it's on the organic certifying agency's websites who really is organic, I can tell you most people that have organic on their products are not listed on that site. And and it's PCO organic. You can look them up and you can see actually who, that's the certifying agency for the FDA. You can actually see who is organic on there. And there are not a whole lot of coffee companies on there as you would expect. So I hate to point you out to a place where it has a list of my competitors or our competitors, but at the end of the day, that's a really hard list to get on. And if you're looking for organic coffee, I would check with a certifying organization to make sure the company you're purchasing from is actually organic certified. It's a pain. It's expensive. It takes a lot of manpower, and it is a really pain in the ass, like crazy, like crazy, like things that you would never imagine. Like most of our packaging, we nitro dose. So what that means is we remove the oxygen from the air because the environment's 71% nitrogen. So we remove the oxygen, and when nitrogen's heavier than oxygen, so we put it in our bags, and it helps the coffee from not stealing. We're not allowed to use that when we do organic. So you're not even allowed to remove the oxygen from it. There's some very specific requirements, and to be 100% organic is the hardest certificate to get, which is why we have to have it, because we have to have the best of everything around here. But
Yeah.
that it's difficult. So if you want organic, that's good. Sometimes customers email us and say that coffee's not organic because blah 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 blah. It's amazing. The thought process of people wanting organic, they want the traceability for their organic products, and they want to eat better and not have products with pesticides on it. That's awesome. I don't blame them at all. I have a garden at my house. I try to eat out of my garden as much as possible. So those are all great, but make sure that what you're buying is really organic.
Yep, and you'll be able to see that on our labels here, on our bags for our organic coffee. So it might be a pain, but it's worth it. And
Just the
you'll see
labeling
that.
requirements is insane. Insane.
Yeah.
The picture of a label looks like slightly different. Like We're not talking like it has a big logo and a little logo in the corner on the picture and the label. Like, it looked like it was maybe an eighth of an inch off from the picture on the PCO's website. I'm not picking on PCO; they do great. So, and ours was like maybe little like, dude, they were the same, and they were like, well, the label looks different. But it's all good. We pass. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all good. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of logging, a lot of transparent, a lot of lists and logs, and even we do it. We have a database for it and everything, and it's just like, it's crazy. So anyway, Coffee Cold is 100% certified organic, not partial, not organic. We are 100% organic on our organic products.
Okay. There you go. So if you want to check all of that out at coffeecult.com, if you're into the organic coffee, we certainly have those available. All right. So 2 more things on our list for this episode. One, you wanted to talk about, and I guess this is mostly for those that visit us here locally, but I guess this could also be applicable to anywhere you go, food related wise. And that's this phenomenon that we've seen over the last few decades of people just taking their pets wherever they want to. And there are rules against doing that in food establishments. Jamie, you want
There are.
You want to talk about that?
So yesterday we had our organic inspection. I can't imagine what would happen if we had our organic inspection yesterday with the dog walking around. Yes, you're not allowed to bring your dogs to restaurants. And we're not just a food establishment. We're actually a FDA certified, inspected food manufacturing facility, inspected by the feds, FDA, inspected by state of Florida. We're also inspected by Amazon, shows up once in a while. We have an independent inspection, and we have our organic inspection. So we get a lot of inspections here, and they can walk in anytime. And I love dogs. I have the best dog. My dog is better than your dog, I promise. Not really. I love dogs. Dogs are better than people. The only problem with dogs is they really don't drink coffee. Except for my dog is a puppy, drink coffee. She'd try to steal your coffee. But dogs are awesome. But there's Florida laws. There's federal laws. We can't have animals in food processing. Our food safety program here says that we love dogs, but we can't have dogs inside our facility. Outside, we have chairs outside. We have dog water bowls. Like, we do everything to try to accommodate dogs, and we're not trying to be mean. When someone comes in, they're like, "Oh," and I come in, I'm like, "Why is there a dog inside?" Like, especially when I know inspections coming up, I get super worried. So those things would be really bad for us. And besides, it's not hygienic. If you go to a restaurant and you're inside, outdoor dining is a whole different thing. I don't know about that because we don't have outdoor dining. But if you go to a restaurant and someone has their dog in there and they're not a true service dog, I would not eat there, because clearly they're not following the food safety and the state laws for food for restaurants. So I personally would not eat in a place like that. But I mean, that's just me. Maybe you don't care. Maybe your dog sits at your table at your house, but that's still your dog, not someone else's dog.
Yeah.
But we love dogs. I don't want anyone to think we do not love dogs. I have dogs. I've had dogs my whole life. Dogs are awesome. You have a dog, JD?
I do.
Dog JD has a dog. Mm-hmm. We love dogs. Like everybody, we love dogs here. Do you like cats?
I plead the fifth.
I like cats. I think cats are super cool.
Cats are fine, yeah.
Cats are super cool. I don't have a cat. I had a cat when I met my wife like 20-something years ago. And now I don't have a cat. She offed it, kind of. It's a story that I tell people. She gets mad, but yeah. So I had a cat. I don't have a cat anymore. I never got another cat. But I like cats. Cats are cool. We love animals here. You have any other animals at your house other than children?
No, because my dog is... I don't know how to. He's very protective of his space, I guess we can say. So, if there was another animal in the house, he wouldn't be too friendly. Let's just put it that way. So,
no,
I mean, if there's any iguanas in the yard, birds, squirrels, it doesn't matter. He's chasing them all away.
He's an alpha dog.
He just wants his space to himself.
He's an alpha.
Yeah. So we can't really have any other animals in the house. I don't think it would go too well. So
And basically, if you bring your dog to Coffee Cult or any other restaurant, you're a Sigma. Especially if you get booted out by the alpha.
exactly.
Oh, I'm going to make some people mad, but that's fine, whatever.
Yeah. So Sigmas drink Coffee Cult. Only betas use the creamers.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This is a beta drink.
On that note, lastly, Father's Day is this weekend. So
Happy Father's Day, JD.
Happy Father's Day. So if you need to get something to take care of Dad,
Alpha Dad.
be sure to get those orders in now so they arrive in time. But it's not too late to get coffee. We have mugs available, T-shirts. The only thing that's not for sale is Dave. He stays. But everything else, is up. So maybe we'll even loan out Jamie, and he can attend your parties.
I'm good at taking naps, smoking cigars, drinking coffee, a little bit of bad golf.
Yeah, there you go. But yes, we hope everyone has a great Father's Day. Drink lots of coffee. Enjoy the Stanley Cup Finals. Some of us will, some of us won't. That's just the nature of the beast.
I'm going golfing.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all next time.
See you later.